didn't rob the Fed.
Who said anything about the Fed?
Okay.
When people pull guns on people, it cracks me up. Why don't you just shoot them? You're not a killer.
I am.
You're gonna rob that place, and I'm gonna do it with you.
Oh, this is ice cream?
Gelato.
Fuck good.
Yo, is that thermal?
Yeah.
Give you a better shot.
Hold on!
At a hotel near Antwerp International Airport, the stage is set for a high-stakes heist. A woman dressed as an air hostess uses a high-tech device to clone a room service staff key. She uses it to gain access to an empty room and sets up her spy gear. This is Giovanna, a master of surveillance, and she's the eyes and ears for an elite team of thieves known as the Panta. The Panta isn't your average criminal group. They're heavily armed, armored, and move like a well-oiled machine. Disguised as cops responding to a bomb threat, they roll out in spotless police cars from a truck carrying a shipping container parked at the airport. But their real target is a rare red diamond hidden aboard a cargo plane.
Apologies, someone called in a bomb threat.
Get on your knees! Lay fucking down! Hands, show me your hands!
With military precision, the team storms the airport hangar. Stun grenades flash, security is overwhelmed, and the Pantera takes control. Guns drawn, they move quickly, silently, and with deadly efficiency. The diamond is locked in a heavy metal box, but that's no match for their tools. In seconds, they cut through, retrieve the prize, and secure their escape. Backup arrives, but it's too late. The Pantera vanishes like ghosts, slipping back into their container and driving off with the diamond. Just one bullet is fired. No blood is spilled. Just a clean, flawless operation. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, Nick, a detective still reeling from his defeat in the first movie, has nothing left to lose. In that earlier heist, bartender and getaway driver Donnie outsmarted him, masterminding the daring Federal Reserve robbery. Now, fresh off a divorce and stripped of custody of his kids, Nick is drowning his pain in a bar when he catches news of the Antwerp airport red diamond heist. Nick's gut tells him it's the work of Donnie, the same criminal who humiliated him once before. But when Nick reports his suspicions to his superiors, they shut him down. Donnie's previous heist was so brilliant, it left no trace. The money he stole was part of the cash the Fed shreds daily, meaning, on paper, nothing is missing. No records, no victims, no crime. Investigating Donnie would mean admitting he robbed the Federal Reserve right under their noses. For Nick's bosses, it's a PR nightmare. For Nick, it's personal. With no leads and nothing to lose, Nick turns to the only person who might know Donnie's next move. Holly, the girlfriend of Donnie's late partner, Ray Merriman. After a night of dancing at the club, Holly heads home, only for Nick to enter her car and force her to drive to an isolated location where he locks her in a shipping container. The interrogation begins. Nick wants to know where the money from the Federal Reserve heist is and where Donnie is hiding.
I could close these container doors, and it'll be shipped to China.
Sounds kinky.
No, it doesn't. You'll be the dead stripper in China.
But Holly isn't a damsel in distress. She's sharp, calculating, and angry. Angry that Donnie betrayed her man and kept all the cash for himself. She tells Nick the money is stashed at the Panama Diamond Bank, but there's a catch. She wants Merriman's cut of the loot, and if Nick doesn't deliver, she'll release a bombshell. A sex tape between her and Nick that could destroy his career and whatever relationship he has left with his daughters. Just like that, the tables turn. Holly shifts from being Nick's prisoner to his blackmailer. After pulling off the daring Antwerp diamond heist, the Pantera is on the move. Their next target is the World Diamond Center, WDC, located in the heart of the World Diamond District in Nice, France. They plan to strike during a major soccer match when the city is distracted. Meet the players: Donnie, the mastermind; Slavko, the muscle; Giovanna, the tech genius; and Marco, the wild card. Marco is unpredictable, and you can't shake the feeling he might blow the whole operation.
Glock,
I trust you know how to use it.
no safety.
No safety.
So what's my cover?
You're French. You're a diamond dealer working out of London, of Côte d'Ivoire descent, and we're EDM club promoters here to promote the festival. We'll meet the fence this afternoon. She arranged office space for you. We've sanitized the whole flat. Welcome to Nice. Jean-Jacques?
Donnie, now posing as Jean-Jacques, a smooth-talking diamond dealer from West Africa, checks into a luxury hotel. The team has already swept the room for surveillance, and from his balcony, Donnie has a perfect view of their target, the World Diamond District. Giovanna introduces Donnie to Shava, the wife of the World Diamond Center's concierge. Donnie's plan is to befriend Shava, charm her with his rare diamond, and use her to gain access to the vault.
On peut parler en français?
Je suis un peu rusty.
Oh, you have to speak English in this business anyways. So, Jean-Jacques, something you want me to look at?
I do.
Shava is impressed, and it doesn't take long for Donnie to convince her to let him into the World Diamond Center to secure his precious gem. But things don't go as planned. When Shava takes Donnie to meet her husband, the concierge, Donnie expects to get a tour of the vault full of diamonds. Instead, he's shown an office space and a small personal safe. The concierge assures him it's just as secure as the vault. After all, the World Diamond Center is the most fortified building in Europe, and the vault is completely booked. Donnie meets with Giovanna to deliver the bad news. The vault is off limits, but Donnie isn't one to panic. He's got a plan, he tells her. While the Pantera gathers intel to pull off the WDC heist, trouble is brewing elsewhere. The Octopus, a ruthless Italian mafia boss, receives information that his red diamond has been stolen, and he's not happy. He spent half his retirement fund on that gem, and now he's sending his men to the Diamond District in Nice to track it down. Meanwhile, Donnie plays his own game. Unaware of the diamond's true owner, he decides to sell it to Chava. The goal is to strengthen their bond and gain access to the vault. They meet at a diamond expert's workshop to appraise the gem. The expert confirms its top-tier quality, but then a tiny GPS beacon falls out of the diamond. Chava immediately realizes the diamond was stolen, and someone's tracking it. Chava, already captivated by the diamond, acts fast. She drops the beacon into a cup of coffee, destroying it. But she's not done. Using the revelation to her advantage, she negotiates a steep discount. Donnie sells the diamond for $4.5 million, a fraction of its $55 million value. For Donnie, it's a calculated loss. The real prize is Chava's trust and access to the World Diamond Center's vault, where she has a secure box. With the diamond off his hands, Donnie meets the full Pantera crew at their hideout to run over their plan to rob the World Diamond Center of a staggering $850 million. But not everyone's on board. Here we meet the two remaining crew members, Vuk and Dragan. Marco and Vuk are uneasy with Donnie's leadership. Donnie shuts them down with a reminder he's the boss and he's funding the job. Vuk reluctantly falls in line, but Marco is a ticking time bomb. While Donnie, Vuk, and Marco are busy mapping out escape routes through France's back roads to avoid CCTV and license plate readers, a new player enters the game. Nick arrives in Nice. He meets with Detective Hugo, the local investigator on the Pantera case. Hugo shares what little intel they have, including CCTV footage of Donnie and Chava leaving the bank after the red diamond sale. Nick plays it cool, pretending not to recognize Donnie, but inside, he knows he's hit the jackpot. This is the lead he's been waiting for. Nick doesn't waste time. He tracks down Donnie's apartment and breaks in, waiting for the mastermind to return. When Donnie walks in, Nick confronts him, demanding to be let in on the Pantera's next heist. Nick tells Donnie he's broke, tired of playing by the rules, and ready to cash in.
Grab a seat. Come on, man, sit down.
I didn't rob the Fed.
Who said anything about the Fed?
Okay.
When people pull guns on people, it cracks me up. Why don't you just shoot them? You're not a killer.
I am.
I'm broke, and I'm sick of being the hunter ticket. You're gonna rob that place, and I'm gonna do it with you.
The next day, Donnie introduces Nick to
I
Giovanna.
recall getting the memo she was a supermodel. That her?
Yeah, that's her.
How'd you guys meet?
Prison.
Gay cruise, actually.
Marlboro man.
Nick charms his way into her confidence, but the rest of the team isn't so easily convinced. Marco and Vuk are suspicious. After all, Nick's a former cop. But Giovanna points out they're all ex-cops or ex-military, so they agree to test Nick further at a club that night. Trust is earned, not given, and Nick's about to prove where his loyalties lie. Meanwhile, Donnie leverages his friendship with Chava to secure access to the World Diamond Center's vault. Claiming he's expecting a large inventory, he convinces her to let him use one of her vault boxes. As the Pantera finalizes their plans, danger looms. The Italian mafia, having traced the GPS beacon to Donnie, is already in Nice, and they're closing in fast. That night, the Pantera crew hits a club in Nice, and Nick gets his first real test.
What is that? Schlieva. You can put this in your car. When you run out of gas.
Oh, some nasty shit. What is it?
Try it.
Cops don't do drugs. Stop being a pussy and hit that shit.
Holy shit.
The crew breaks the ice, but tensions rise when Nick and Giovanna hit it off, a move that doesn't sit well with Marco, her ex. Donnie tries to calm things down, but Nick, fueled by alcohol, doesn't back off. The night explodes into chaos as Nick and Marco throw punches, dragging Donnie and Vuk into the brawl. Kicked out of the club, the crew watches in horror as the police arrive. But the arresting officer is Detective Hugo, who lets Nick go, treating him as just another drunk not worth his time. On their way home, Nick and Donnie are ambushed by the Italian mafia and taken out to sea on a boat. There, they're confronted. The mafia makes it clear the red diamond belongs to them, and if it's not returned, Nick and Donnie won't live to see another day. Back on land, the crew faces another blow. Giovanna reveals that Marco and Vuk have quit the heist, leaving the team short-handed. They regroup and dive into planning the most daring heist of their lives. Their goal is to outsmart the high-tech security of the WDC using simple solutions. The WDC is a fortress, 127 CCTV cameras, motion sensors, and only one entrance. But the Pantera spots the flaws. Only 10 cameras are monitored at a time, creating blind spots. Privacy laws mean no footage is recorded, and all cameras point downward, leaving the rooftop exposed. Their plan is to infiltrate from above, descend during camera gaps, and move like shadows through the dark zones. With Marco and Vuk gone, Nick steps up. Posing as Donnie's security, he follows Chava into the vault, wearing a suit rigged with hidden cameras.
Your suit records in every direction.
Nothing good ever happens in a suit. That was fun the other night.
Good DJ. Cool fight.
And for the record, I have no attraction to you.
You got any kids?
No.
You know, I prefer honesty rather than bullshit.
Actually, yeah.
I thought you were gonna wife me up.
I got two.
Damn.
Can I change my answer?
Don't f this up. And don't f me over.
Inside, he maps the vault's layout, locates the red diamond, and identifies the cash-filled deposit boxes. The crew watches from their hideout, using Nick's footage to fine-tune their plan. But there's a new obstacle: motion and heat sensors. The next day, under the guise of retrieving inventory, Nick sprays mouth spray on the motion sensors, fogging them up and rendering them useless. While the Pantera prepares, Marco and Vuk make their move. Aligning with a rival gang, the Tigers, they plot revenge against their former crew. It's the night of the heist, and as the city is distracted by a massive soccer game, the Pantera crew makes its way to the World Diamond District. Using a long rod, they quietly traverse from the rooftop of an adjacent building to the WDC. Giovanna is their eyes and ears. From Donnie's hotel room overlooking the Diamond District, she monitors the security cameras in real time, guiding the crew through 90-second blind spots. Wearing heat-resistant suits and using a reflective sheet to evade the hallway camera, they move like ghosts. The guards on duty see nothing, and the Pantera is in. Inside, they pick the lock to the vault room, but the real challenge lies ahead. Heat sensors, a magnetic field, a seismic alarm, and a 4-number code. The Pantera is ready. Thermal lasers silence the alarms, specialized drills bypass the magnetic field, and a brute force algorithm cracks the code. Even the heat sensors are fooled by styrofoam from their gelato run. The vault door swings open, and the real mission begins. The crew moves fast, emptying deposit boxes filled with diamonds, jewelry, and cash. But Donnie hits a snag. He can't find the red diamond. Tensions rise as Giovanna warns them the concierge is returning. Time is running out. At the last second, Donnie spots the diamond, and the crew makes its escape just as the concierge steps into the restricted area. Exiting through the camera blind spots, the crew reaches the rooftop. But disaster strikes. The bar used to cross between buildings falls into the street, alerting the guards and leaving Nick stranded. He finds his way back inside, weaving through the building until he encounters a guard. Nick shoots the guard when he reaches for his gun. Though the guard is wearing a vest and is only temporarily incapacitated, the gunshot sets off alarms across the entire Diamond District. Nick manages to find an exit and escapes, rejoining the crew in their white electric getaway car. Security tracks them via cameras, but the Pantera is one step ahead. They quietly dock into an underground garage, transfer the loot to a van, and peel off the car's white wrap, revealing its original matte black color. Splitting into two teams, they vanish into the night, leaving the WDC in chaos, and the concierge staring at the mess they left behind. The Pantera crew thinks it's home free, racing toward the Italian border with its hard-earned loot. However, Marco and Vuk, now aligned with the rival Tigers, are hot on their tail. What follows is a heart-pounding shootout and a high-speed car chase that leaves no room for
Watch
error.
our 6, those aren't police headlights.
better shot. Hold on!
Donnie, the mastermind behind the wheel, pulls off a daring spin, giving Nick the perfect shot to take out one of the tigers. But the victory is short-lived. Nick takes a bullet in the process. Though not seriously injured, the crew is far from safe. Donnie pushes the car to its limits, weaving through the chaos as bullets fly and tires screech. They manage to take out one of the cars, but a well-aimed shot to their tire sends the car spinning out of control, crashing into a wall. Marco and Vuk close in, ready to finish the job. But just as they raise their weapons, the Italian mafia arrives in a hail of gunfire. Marco and Vuk are taken out. Donnie hands over the red diamond to the mafia, securing their freedom and a fresh getaway car. The mafia even assists them in cleaning up the scene and destroying evidence. The Pantera regroups and celebrates its victory. But the celebration is short-lived. Nick drops his glasses, a signal, and the authorities storm in. In a shocking twist, it's revealed that Nick was working with Detective Hugo all along. He's still law enforcement, and the Pantera is under arrest. Nick doesn't feel like a hero. He confesses to Hugo that being a criminal felt too good, and that he has nothing to return to in his old life. Donnie and Giovanna stare at Nick in disbelief as they're hauled away in the police cruiser. Later, Nick visits Donnie in prison, admitting that while he played the crew, their friendship was real. Sometime later, during Donnie's transfer to another facility, his convoy is ambushed by the Italian mafia. They whisk him away in their helicopter to a remote location where he meets the Octopus. Impressed by Donnie's skills during the WDC heist, the mafia boss makes it clear Donnie now works for them. When Donnie asks what's next, the Octopus simply smiles. Meanwhile, Nick drives along the coastline, his phone buzzing with a message. It's from Donnie. He knows Nick had a hand in his rescue, and he promises they'll meet again. Nick smiles, realizing this isn't the end. It's just the beginning of a dangerous new chapter. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe to help us on our journey to 1 million subscribers. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.